What up, you guys? Nerdlo55 here. Coming to you with a video response from Carnival Spirits, DC Bagel Guy, and Juggalo A Day. This is how I got into YouTube. Um, I was one day. I just one day it was well. One day, like I was looking up Hell's Pit because I wanted to hear the CD. So I looked it up on YouTube and it brought up psychopathic reviews and his review of it. And I don't know why I just clicked on it and I was watching through and I was like and I was like I wish I had my own YouTube account so that I could subscribe to this guy because this guy's pretty cool. And I looked at some of his videos of what was another one that I watched after that? I think I watched his Ringmaster review, his Shangri-La review, and then I looked on his channel and like I was wondering who he was subscribed to. So and I'm just looking through and I see Juggalo and ended up watching a couple of his videos. I don't remember. I think I was. I think the very first Juggalo YouTuber I ever watched was him because I was like his video looks familiar because I remember I had my own phone that my dad gave me and all I could do was actually watch YouTube. So I clicked on the video and and it was I think it was like his like consoles or something. And I remember watching it, but and I was like, I remember watching this guy, and I remember watching a couple of his unboxing videos, and then I look at more of his subscriptions, and I stumbled upon DC Figo, and to me he was like the next thing closest to because at the time I was 11, I was like 10 years old, and I think psychopathic reviews was already like getting ready to he already ended up leaving, and I remember subscribing to him on my auntie's account, and my auntie and my dad lived together, and I only got to see my dad on weekends. So I so like every day I would look on psychopathic reviews channel. I'm like, where? So DC Fago guy was somebody I was like, he's the next thing closest to psychopathic reviews. And I started watching some of his videos, and he didn't just do reviews, he did my 2 cents, he did a bunch of things. And I was like, and I'm like, yeah, this guy's awesome. Like and I'm watching some of his videos and I'm liking a lot of his things. And then soon, I think like once I actually got my very first phone, that's when I just started looking up like juggalo YouTubers and all this. And before that, I was watching it because I was a wrestler, and I was watching backyard wrestling all the time because I had a thing for backyard wrestling. Because it wasn't like WWE where it's just a ring and you, but backyard wrestling was like because back how I got into backyard wrestling was with the game, actually playing it as when I was little, um, playing as Violent J, Shaggy, and I was just looking it up one day, and ESW came, and I I ended up watching some of their videos, and they had like no rules, no disqual, and it wasn't just like, well, because I love backyard wrestling. Like there's no rules. Um, there's there's no limit what you could do in a backyard. So, and that's what got me into it, and they weren't just wrestling on the trampoline. They hardly ever used the trampoline, even if they were just doing little like jumps or anything. That was the only time I saw them use. And at this point, they already ended. This was 2013. So, and then because there's this guy called Wiki J, and rest in peace, man. He was the one that got my attention, and I was like, and then that's when I was like, I had this idea of becoming a YouTuber, that a backyard wrestling YouTuber. And after he died, couldn't do it anymore. I just decided what was another thing I wanted to do for YouTube, that and I was like wrestle or I was like juggalo YouTubing again, like review reviews of like CDs, because I had this idea, but and and I was like and I was like this is like what can get me subscribers. I didn't just do it for subscribers, I did it for me too, like. And I was like, and this was just my hobby, was to make YouTube videos, and I even wanted to do more things like with my channel, not just like um reviews, and not because I love doing all these things that I see my my favorite YouTubers do, like Don Chaos and DC Fago Guy, Carnival Spirits, and believe it or not, I didn't start watching Carnival Spirits because I didn't even know what Carnival Spirits was. I heard DC Fago Guy talking about it like in a video, and I still didn't know what Carnival Spirits was. I was like, what? Who's these? And one day, I just I was I just typed it in, and it brought up, and I saw that it was a community of juggalos, and it's bringing juggalos together. And I'm like, you know what? So I hit that subscribe button, and then that's how I found uh that's how I found Don Chaos. And also, I cannot forget, if you guys remember, old YouTuber, I think he might have deleted his channel, um Babalo. He was he was a he was a YouTuber for a little bit. He made like juggalo artwork and all this, and that's like a reason why I was like I stayed subscribed to him. And how I got into his videos is I saw his drawings, and I'm like, let me just click on that to see like what he, and I watched more of his videos, and and that's like one of the very first juggalo YouTubers I ever got in. That's how I heard of Don Chaos, because I think Don Chaos told him like if he could make him a logo of his name. So I think that's how. And then, but like I was going on with Carnival Spirits, and I found out about Beastmaster, And for some reason, I always thought Beastmaster was like the leader of Carnival Spirits, but then I found out who it was, and I was like, Beastmaster seems like he's the leader, and I was like, and then, and that's how I found out with about most of these Juggalo YouTubers that I watch till this day, and even Psychopathic Reviews. I remember one of his videos, he even mentions he was gonna be a part of Carnival Spirits, and because I remember him uploading a couple videos on there, I was like, who? Why is he on this? And I never understood it. And I was like, oh, he's a part. I was like, how is he a part of another channel? I never understood that, and I found out that you can do this, and they just bring a bunch of juggalos together. Like there's really no like, and that's how I actually found out about CPN. Is well, I knew about CPN, but I because I remember watching his video of like his Juggalo merchandise video, and what he was saying, like you don't have to be a you don't have to have merchandise to be Juggalo, and his other character that had the bandana and the glasses and like the hat. So like you, and I ended up hitting that subscribe button because I like CPN. He and I never understood what, because I actually was a Boy Blue fan for a little bit, and like we even had like a little conversation too, and but his quality was like kind of so, and I remember watching some Boy Blues videos about, and that's when I was like he's kind of, cause he thought Juggaloism was a religion, and I was like, it's not actually a religion. If you want to treat it like a religion, I understand, but yeah, so like that's like, and then I ended up like not. I grew up, and I stopped liking Boy Blues videos because I thought he was, I don't know why, but I just stopped watching him and unsubscribed to all his channels because like he had a bunch of channels and I couldn't keep track of how many channels he was gonna make. So I unsubscribed to all of his channels, and I started watching CPN. I was always wondering, why did they have this feud, and I saw a bunch of videos of them like dissing each other. Well, um, mostly Boy Blue because he was making like raps about him, and I found out why they hate each other so much. And it was because um, Blue was I don't know, I can't explain it because I only have like 2 minutes left on this video, 1 minute. But then I just made my very first video on the riddle box, because I had several attempts on doing this, but then I decided not to. I threw them out, and I ended up doing my very first review of Riddlebox, and had the Riddlebox tour shirt behind it. I had to have a background. Had the Riddlebox tour shirt behind it. Drop my review. I might just remake those because I saw the lighting and it wasn't good, so I might remake those. So yeah, but shout outs to all those who have inspired me to be a Juggalo YouTuber, and I don't have no regrets of of doing Juggalo YouTubing, and just shout outs to everybody who has got me through, who has got me into YouTubing, and thank you guys. Really, I really appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna end this video. All right, Like, comment, subscribe, and do all that stuff. I'm out, you guys. Peace.